Afternoon, all of you. So this is the fourth experiment, fourth test on DC shunt machines. So in this test, we separate the losses, constant losses. So constant losses means stray losses or constant losses. So constant losses means brush friction losses. So these losses occurs at brushes. We have two brushes generally. So at that brushes we obtain these brush losses, that is represented with the WF. Bearing friction and windage losses. So these are the mechanical losses. Brush friction, bearing friction and windage losses are the mechanical losses. Second one. So third one, hysteresis losses, and fourth one, eddy current losses. So hysteresis losses and eddy current losses, we treat it as a iron losses or core losses. So these losses occurs in the armature. These losses occurs in the armature. So total we have four types of losses: stray losses, brush friction losses, bearing friction and windage losses. So these are the mechanical losses, and hysteresis losses and eddy current losses. So these four losses we find out from this test. So this is the test name: separation of losses in a DC shunt machine. Separation of losses in a DC shunt machine. So four types. So these four are separated. Actually, these four losses is treated as a stray losses or constant losses. Almost constant losses. So for this test is conducted at this test is conducted at no load. Remember, test is conducted at the no load on shaft, mechanical shaft, on DC shunt motor. Test is conducted on DC shunt motor. And this next point, third point, is at different excitations. We have two excitations to separate the losses. That means at a rated excitation, that means we give rated field current. And in case second case, first case rated excitation. In the second case, excitation is reduced. That means field current is reduced. That means we have two different field currents. Different excitations means different field currents, and that means IF1, IF2, field current 1 and field current 2. So we have two field currents. So IF1 is the rated field current, IF2 is the reduced value of field current. So machine having some ratings: voltage rating, armature current rating, power rating, and field current ratings. So in first case, machine runs at a rated field current. In second case, field current of the machine is reduced. That means a different excitation means in this test we apply two different field currents. One is the rated field current, second one is the reduced value of field current. So these are the conditions for conducting the test. These are the conditions. Test is conducted no load. This test is conducted on DC shunt motor. Different excitations we apply and separate the stray losses. What are the stray losses means? These four are the stray losses. Bearing friction losses, brush friction losses, bearing friction and windage losses, hysteresis and eddy current. These two are core losses. So these are the mechanical losses. Brush friction losses is the WF. We represent the WF. So for conducting this test, we need ammeter, two ammeters, one voltmeter, rheostat, tachometer. For measuring the speed, we need a tachometer. So first of all, the components of the stray losses. What are the components of the stray losses? We have four components: brush friction loss, bearing friction and windage losses. So this is a mechanical loss. Hysteresis and eddy current losses. Hysteresis and eddy current losses are core losses or iron losses. So we have four types of stray losses: brush friction, bearing friction and windage losses, hysteresis losses, and eddy current losses. Can be separated by finding stray losses at various speeds for two different excitations. Various speeds means speed of the motor is varied. in this test. At two different excitation means excitation also varied. First case, normal excitation or rated excitation. Second case, reduced value of excitation. Excitation means field current is varied. Excitation means field current is varied. IF1 normal excitation. Second one IF2 reduced value of field current. IF2. Suppose IF1 is 1 ampere, IF2 is 0.75 ampere. That means the excitation changes. Normal excitation, reduced excitation. And plot the graphs between P by N versus N. P by N versus N. So P by N, power by speed. Stray losses by speed versus only speed. So on the plot the graphs between stray losses per speed versus speed. So P by N versus N. So as the motor rotates due to friction at bearings and brushes, a part of mechanical energy is converted to heat. So if a motor is rotating because of friction at bearings and brushes, a part of mechanical energy is converted to heat, which accounts frictional losses. A part of energy is spent to overcome the air resistance, which is treated as a windage losses. Since flux reversal takes place in the armature core, there are hysteresis and eddy current losses. We all know that DC in DC machines, armature always carries AC. Suppose in case of DC generator, AC power is generated in the armature, that is converted into DC with the help of commutator and brushes. So that means AC is converted into DC, that means output is DC, but in armature AC is generated. According to Faraday's laws, alternating EMF is generated in the armature. So that is converted into DC in case of generator. That means in DC generator, armature carries AC. Similarly, in case of DC motor, we give DC supply to the terminals. That DC is converted into AC with the help of same commutator and brushes, and armature carries AC also in case of DC motor. That means in DC machine, maybe generator or maybe motor, armature always carries AC. AC means alternating current. So alternating current having some frequency. If frequency is existing, there exists hysteresis and eddy current losses. So that's why rotor of the DC machine having core losses. Stator of the DC machine does not have any core losses because stator carries only DC. Armature carries AC. So that's why armature having core losses, hysteresis and eddy current losses. In this test, we separate the hysteresis losses, eddy current losses, mechanical losses and brush friction losses. 4 types of losses is separated in this test. The total losses are considered as a stray losses. These are 4 losses considered as a stray losses. From these stray losses, the various components can be separated. So from the brush friction losses is proportional to speed. Brush friction losses is proportional to speed. So proportional to if you remove the proportionality, some constant is existing, that A is a constant and speed. So brush frictional losses equal to some constant A into N. N is the speed. So this is 1. So first loss because of friction at brushes. So this is the loss 1. Bearing friction and windage loss is proportional to speed square. Bearing friction and windage loss is proportional to speed square. If you remove the proportionality, some constant is there, that is the constant B and speed square. So this is the equation number 2. So this is the mechanical losses. Bearing friction and windage losses are the mechanical losses. So that is proportional to speed square. B is the proportionality constant. And hysteresis losses is proportional to B maximum power 1.6 into frequency. Like a Stein-Smith formula, this is the Stein-Smith formula. Hysteresis loss and eddy current losses. Stein-Smith formula, hysteresis loss is proportional to B maximum power 1.6 into frequency. So this is the formula 2, 3, formula 3, Stokes laws. Eddy current loss is B maximum power square, B maximum square into F square. So this is the 4, equation 4. So B maximum is the flux density. Now for a constant field excitation, but because while conducting this test, we apply rated field current in case 1, first case 1, that is IF1 is a constant. So constant field excitation, that means IF1 is constant. So this B maximum is also constant because B maximum depends upon IF1. So that means if you give constant excitation, B maximum is a constant. And since we know speed is equal to 120 Hz by P, where F is the frequency reversal, P is the number of poles, N is the speed. From this, frequency equal to NP by 120. So this is general formula for speed in terms of frequency and flux. So F equal to NP by 120 from this equation. So therefore WH is proportional to F. That means speed from this equation 3. From this equation 3, WH is proportional to F, where F is proportional to N. So that means WH is proportional to N. WH proportional to N. If you remove the proportionality, some constant is there. A, B, C, D, 4 constants we have. C is the third constant into N. Same, eddy current losses is proportional to frequency square. So from this, frequency is proportional to speed. W is proportional to N square. So that means this is the equation 3 and 4 continuation. Equation 3 and 4. So this is the equation 3. This is the equation 4. Final equations 3 and 4. So we have 4 equations. Equation 1, equation 2, equation 3 and equation 4. These 4 losses are separated in this test. So first, so this is equation 1, A into N. Equation 2, B into N square. Equation 3, C into N. Equation 4, D into N square. A, B, C, D are constants. A, B, C, D are the constants. A, B, C and D. If these 4 are constants, So we find out the ABCD constant from this test, and we can determine these losses: brush contact losses, mechanical losses, hysteresis losses, and eddy current losses. Now, if you change the excitation, B maximum also changes. If you change the excitation, again we have 4 constant. Further, again for reduction of excitation means you reduce the field current. Initially, we give rated value of field current. That means we give rated excitation. Now the excitation is reduced. That means field current is reduced. If you change the field current, these 2 are changes, because these 2 hysteresis loss and eddy current losses depends upon B value also. Here B value. If you change the excitation, B maximum value changes. B maximum value changes means constant proportionality constant changes. Here we have 2 new proportionality constants. So that is C dash and D dash. C dash and D dash. So these are another equations. These 2 are another equations. So equation number 5, equation number 6. So that means we have total 6 constants: A, B, C, D and C1, D1. Because in this case, there is no flux density. First 2 equations. For first 2 equations, there is no flux density. So there is no flux density means the brush contact law, brush frictional losses does not depends upon excitation. Therefore, this is constant, does not change. In this case also, Bn square also in this case also does not change. So this is also constant. Equation 1 and 2 are constant, 3 and 4 are changes, and new equations we obtain 5 and 6. So therefore we have total 6 unknowns: A, B, C, D, C1 and D1. C1 and D1 at a reduced value of this. So therefore, total stray losses corresponding to normal excitation. So for this excitation, corresponding to normal excitation, 4 losses. AN, this is the brush resistance loss, mechanical loss, hysteresis loss, and eddy current loss. Total 4 losses. So total stray losses means this one. Total stray losses means this one. So total 4 components: equation 1, equation 2, equation 3, equation 4. Therefore, stray loss is represented as S. So PS equal to n component A into n. Here n component C into n. So that means A plus C into n. N is divided here. A plus C into n. Next n, if you common n, B plus D into n square. B plus D into n square. Here n square components. B plus D into n square. So this is B plus D into n square. If you common n from this total, if you common n common means A plus D constant, n square n common means only n is existing, so that is divided with PS by n. So PS by n equal to A plus C plus B plus D into n. So this is the final equation. Similarly, stray losses corresponding to reduced excitation. Excitation is reduced. So here excitation, normal excitation. So this is a normal excitation, this is a reduced excitation. So that means these 2 components are various. 2 components are C component and D components are various. So here C dash, C, total loss C dash, N dash. C dash and N dash. So total stray losses PS dash equal to AN plus BN square, because AN plus BN square does not depends upon field excitation. So therefore these are constants. So that means C dash new constant N, D dash new constant N square. So from this N components A plus C into N, B plus D dash into N square. Similarly PS dash by N equal to A plus C dash plus B plus D dash into N. So these are 2 equations. We have 2 equations here. So these 2 are the new equations. So these 2 equations are solved, and therefore we obtain the losses. So from these 2 equations, we separate A, B, C, D, and C dash and D dash. A graph is plotted versus PS by N versus N, PS by N. So these are the equations. Actually, these 2 are the equations, straight line equations, similar to y equal to mx plus c. Similar to y equal to mx plus c. So in y equal to mx plus c, m represents slope, x plus constant. So the here, so b plus d into n. B plus d into n means b plus d is the slope. B plus d is the slope. Here b plus d dash is the slope. Constant means a plus c dash in 2 equations. Equation suppose this equation is 7 and equation 8. So this is equation 7 and equation 8. These 2 from these 2 equations. So these 2 equations represent straight lines with some slope and some constants. A plus C dash are the constants. B plus D and B plus D dash are the slopes for 2 equations. These 2 are the straight line equations. So from this, if you plot a graph between PS by N versus N is plotted, we will get a straight line, because the 2 equations represents a straight line. The intercept of the straight line gives A plus C and its slope is B plus D, first equation, for first equation B plus D. Similarly, PS dash by N versus N is also plotted. The intercept of the straight line gives A plus C dash and its slope gives B plus D dash. Since there are 6 unknowns, A, B, C, D, C dash and D dash, we need 2 more equations which can be obtained as follows. See here we have two losses. Total of 6 unknowns. 6 unknown means we need to know another two equations for the same speed. So hysteresis losses 1, WH1, WH and first hysteresis losses by second hysteresis loss at field current, rated field current, hysteresis losses. Reduced field current, hysteresis losses equal to Bm by Bm1 power 1.6. So this B maximum values depends upon C, constant, proportionality constant C. C by C dash, new value of C, old C, new C. Bm, Bm1. So Bm is proportional to flux. Flux is proportional to back EMF. You know that. So in case of DC motor, back EMF equal to, in case of DC motor, back EMF equal to pi Zn by 60 into P by A. P by A. So for a constant speed, if you change the excitation for constant value of speed, conductors constant, speed constant, P constant, A constant, 60 constant. So that means this back EMF depends upon flux only. This back EMF depends upon flux. EB is proportional to flux. EB is proportional to flux. So flux is, B maximum value is proportional to flux. Flux is proportional to EB. So therefore, EB C by C dash equal to EB by EB1 dash power 1.6. This is 1.6. So this is the new equation. This is the new equation. Similarly, the eddy current losses. Eddy current losses is WE by WE dash. Old one, new one is proportional to same flux. See here. Old equation. See B maximum power square. B maximum power square. So in that manner, EB by EB1 dash whole square. Square. Here we obtained square. Eddy current loss, old eddy current loss, new eddy current loss, or eddy current losses at rated excitation, eddy current losses at reduced excitation. See EB1 and EB dash. So WE by WE dash equal to EB by EB dash whole square. Whole square. So solve the above equations to find out the constant, and hence components of the stray losses is separated. So first of all, how we find out these constants A, B, C, D, C dash and D dash. For that purpose, we conduct a test. We conduct test on this machine, shunt machine. So this is the circuit diagram of the shunt machine. Circuit diagram of the shunt machine. So this is the armature. So this is the armature, field. See here we have two rheostats. So this rheostat is called field rheostat. This rheostat is called armature rheostat. This ammeter measures armature current. This ammeter measures a field current. So this ammeter measures armature current IA. This ammeter measures a field current IF. So this is the 3-point starter to start the motor, because motor is started with the help of starter only. If you start the motor without starter, so because of large currents at the time of starting, motor will damage. To avoid that one, we use starters. So we use starters. So this voltmeter measures voltage across this armature. This voltmeter measures voltage across the armature. So this is the circuit diagram for conducting to determine the separation of losses. To conduct the test, we use this circuit diagram. So this is the input voltage, 220 volts, starter, armature rheostat, field rheostat, field ammeter, armature ammeter. This voltmeter measures the voltage across this armature. So, and మనం ఇప్పుడు టెస్ట్ ఎలా కనెక్ట్ చేస్తాము. First connections are made as per the circuit diagram. Now the field current is adjusted to run the motor at its rated field current. So this by varying this rheostat, field current of this motor is varied up to rated field current. So that means through this circuit, rated field current flows. That means IF value is flows. That means this ammeter measures IF value. Then we take all the meter readings. That means motor runs at some speed with the help of this field current. So here we have voltmeter reading, armature current, ammeter reading, this field current, ammeter reading, and speed of the motor. The speed of the motor is measured with the help of a tachometer. So, and then tabulated. See, so this is a tabular column. Machine runs at speed. That means speed of the motor is measured with the help of tachometer. Voltmeter reading here. So that means voltmeter across the armature measures the voltage. This ammeter measures current through the armature circuit. So ammeter, voltmeter reading, armature ammeter reading, field ammeter reading. This EB value is calculated. So if you know the V value, IA value, RA value, we know the EB value because EB equal V minus IA RA. RA is measured with the help of multimeter or by conducting test. We know the RA value also by using multimeter or by conducting test. We determine the RA value. So if you know the V and this voltmeter reading, IA armature reading and RA value, this value is also calculated, and then PS value is calculated. PS equal to EB into IA. PS equal to EB into IA. EB value here we know, IA value also know. So therefore PS equal to EB into IA. So PS by N value is. So in this manner we take 6 readings. IF value is kept at constant. This field current is kept at constant. IF value is constant. How the speed of the motor is changed? By changing the armature field rheostat. By changing armature field rheostat, we take the readings. By changing this armature field rheostat, so if you vary this armature field rheostat, this varied means speed of the motor varies. Speed of the motor varies means we take different readings. So now speed of the motor is varied by varying armature rheostat. Then all the meter readings are taken. By varying the rheostat. So that means the voltage across the armature is varied. In this manner, we take different readings. So this is IF2 for different second field current. That means reduced value of field current, IF1 or IF. Here if we kept a field current constant in first case. Suppose here field current is kept at IF value, suppose. So suppose this IF value equal to 1 ampere, IF value. Here IF1, that means new value of field current. So this is equal to 1 ampere, example. So this is equal to 0.75 ampere. This IF1 equal to 0.75 ampere. So that means this IF value is constant throughout this 5 readings. Here also IF value is constant throughout 5 readings. Here 0.7 amperes, here 1 ampere. So in that manner we take readings. And we take readings and plot the graphs. Plot the graphs between PS by N versus N. PS by N versus N. We plot the graphs between stay losses per speed, PS by N versus speed. So that means we have to show you. So this one. We plot the 2 graphs. So first one is for rated field current. This one is for rated field current IF. So this one is for reduced value of field current IF1. IF new field current IF1. So in this manner we plot graphs between PS by N and speed. PS by N and speed. So these are the straight line, first field current. For second field current, this is the straight line. The slope of these 2 field currents, slope is this one. For second one, this one. A plus C, constant term, A plus C dash. First one A plus C, second one A plus C dash. B plus D, B plus D dash, D dash. B plus D, B plus D dash. Because we have 2 equations. So therefore 2 curves. From these curves we obtain A plus C value, A plus C dash value, and C minus this one, this minus is A plus C minus of A minus C dash to obtain B plus D tan theta, B plus D dash tan theta 2. So that is a slope of the two equations. Slope of the two equations. And D minus D dash is calculated. Back EMFs at the rated speed is calculated. We know that EB equal V minus IRA. RE is measured with the help of multimeter or by test. EB dash equal V minus IA dash into RA. So from these calculations, we calculate C by C dash and D by D dash. Solve all the equations, we get A, B, C, D, all parameters we get 6 parameters. A value, B value, C value, D value, and C dash value, D dash value. So if you know the all constant values at suppose at this speed, WF equal, we know A value is calculated from the above calculations. We know N value here, and WF is calculated. W is calculated. Friction loss is this one. Mechanical losses, hysteresis losses, eddy current losses, total stray losses at this one. In this manner, we take 4 readings and average is calculated. The average is calculated, and therefore losses is separated. So that losses is measured here. So in this manner, losses is separated by conducting test. We have total 4 types of losses. Frictional losses at brushes, frictional losses at bearings and windage losses, hysteresis losses, and eddy current loss. These 4 losses are separated by conducting this test. So this is all about separation of losses in a DC motor. If you have any doubts, once again I repeat. So here one circuit is there. The purpose of this circuit to measure the armature resistance, RA value. For calculations, we need RA value. So generally, armature resistance is measured by with the help of multimeter. If you know how the armature resistance is measured without multimeter, if you want to know so in this test we measure the armature resistance. For conducting this test, we need 1 ammeter and 1 voltmeter. 1 ammeter and 1 voltmeter. So a DC voltage, rated voltage is applied to the armature. So this rheostat limits the current passing through this armature. So a rheostat is placed here. So if this rheostat is not available, smaller voltage is applied, not 220 volts, small voltage, that is 30 volts is applied to measure the armature resistance if this rheostat is not available. So if this rheostat is available, this rheostat is connected in series with the armature, because armature having very small resistance. So if you conduct this test without this rheostat, larger currents will flow through this armature and that will damage the armature. To avoid that one, a rheostat is connected in series with the armature. If this rheostat is not available, smaller voltages are applied, small DC voltage, that is around 30 volts, 20 to 30 volts is applied to this armature. If you suppose if this rheostat is not available, this is a straight line. A small voltage 30 volts is applied to this armature, and ammeter and voltmeter readings are noted. Generally, if you apply 30 volts, this voltmeter reads 30 volts. This ammeter reading gives some reading. So we know that V equal to IR. So from that R equal to V by I. So that means P represents voltmeter reading, I represents ammeter reading. So therefore armature resistance R voltmeter reading by ammeter reading. Voltmeter reading, we apply 30 volts. Suppose armature ammeter measures 5 amperes or 10 amperes. Suppose 10 amperes. So this is equal to 3 ohms resistance. 3 ohms resistance. In this manner, armature resistance is measured. So this method is called ammeter voltmeter method for measuring the armature resistance. This method is called ammeter and voltmeter method for measuring the resistance of the armature. If rheostat is available, larger voltage is applied, and then here also same voltmeter reading, ammeter reading by armature resistance gives voltmeter reading by ammeter reading. So this circuit diagram for measuring the armature resistance. Just simple voltmeter reading by ammeter reading. Any doubts? Once again I repeat. So this is a separation of losses in a DC shunt machine. Separation of losses in a DC shunt machine. Suppose losses are separated. Which losses? Stray losses. Which losses? Stray losses. So total 4 components. We have 4 components in stray losses. One is frictional losses at brushes. We have 2 carbon brushes in any DC machine. So frictional losses at brushes means brushes are contact with commutator, continuously contact with commutator. So because of friction, some losses is occurs at in between the commutator and brushes. So that losses is treated as a brush frictional losses. Brush frictional losses. So that is represented with this one. That is represented with so WF. Brush frictional losses is represented with WF. Second one, bearings. So because armature is rotating, if you want to rotate the armature, we need 2 bearings in 2 sides, both sides. So some losses occurs at the bearings, and the armature is rotating in the air. Because of air friction, some losses occurs. That losses is treated as a windage losses. So the total losses, mechanical losses, is treated as a WW. Windage and bearing frictional losses. Windage and bearing frictional losses. So these are mechanical losses. Mechanical losses, brush contact losses. Actually, these losses are electrical losses. Brush contact losses means electrical losses. These are the mechanical losses. Hysteresis and eddy current losses. Hysteresis losses and eddy current losses. So these 4 losses are separated in this test. These 4 losses are separated in this test. On shunt machine. This test is conducted at no load, no mechanical load on shaft, conducted on DC shunt motor at different excitation. Different excitation means we have 2 excitations, IF, IF1. So this is IF first, rated field current, and reduced value of field current IF1. So these are the apparatus required: ammeter, voltmeter, 2 ammeters. One ammeter measures field current, second ammeter measures armature current, voltmeter measures armature voltage, rheostats, 2 rheostats here also, field rheostat and armature rheostats. Field rheostat and armature rheostat. Tachometer for measuring the speed. This tachometer measures the speed. So we have 4 losses. Brush frictional loss is proportional to speed. Brush frictional loss is proportional to speed. Here A is the proportionality constant. If you take A XYZ also, that is not necessary to take A capital A. It may be X or Y or Z. So A is the proportionality constant for brush frictional losses. Brush frictional losses depends upon speed. So brush frictional loss is proportional to speed. If you remove the proportionality, some constant is there. A is the proportionality constant for brush frictional losses. Similarly, for mechanical loss is proportional to speed square. So speed square. If you remove the proportionality, B into N square. Hysteresis losses and eddy current losses. We know that these 2 formulas, Stainsmith formulas. Hysteresis loss is proportional to B maximum power 1.6 into F. Eddy current loss is proportional to B maximum square. B maximum square into F square. B maximum square into F square. So if you remove the proportionality, speed equal to 120 f by p, f equal to np by 120. Therefore, frequency is proportional to speed. So therefore, here frequency is replaced by speed, because if you give constant excitation, excitation is constant, B is constant. That means B is also removed because field current is constant, and frequency is proportional to speed. Frequency is proportional to speed. Therefore, WH is proportional to N, W is proportional to N square. C and D are the proportionality constants. So here we have four constants A, B, C, D. Now excitation changes. Excitation changes means so B maximum value also changes. That means proportionality constant C and D changes. C and D changes. So therefore C dash and D dash. So we have six constants. Six constants means we need two more equations to solve these parameters. So total stray loss is equal to four components. AN, brush friction losses, BN square, windage and bearing friction losses, CN, hysteresis losses, DN square, eddy current losses. So from this we common the N value, A plus C into N components, P plus D into N square, N common, PS by N equal to A plus C plus P plus D into N. This is the equation of straight line with slope. Y equal to mx plus c, straight line equation. So m is the slope, c is the constant. C is the constant, A plus c is the constant. M means B plus D. So similarly, stray losses correspond to reduced value of excitation. Field current reduce. So first normal excitation, reduced value of excitation IF1. So if we change the excitation, B maximum value changes. So new proportionality constants C dash and T dash. Similarly, this is another straight line equation. So therefore, we plot two graphs. We plot two graphs. From the graphs, we plot two graphs. First one, case 1, case 2. From the graphs, we obtain A plus C dash, B plus D, B plus D dash. So from this, we calculate all these quantities and substitute in this one. Take average values. We consider average values. That values are represented here. So in this manner, losses is separated in DC machine. 75 members is there. $279. $279.
Sir.
గట్టిగా మాట్లాడాలి వినిపించట్లా వినిపిస్తుందని మాట్లాడేది
సార్ వినిపిస్తుంది సార్
మొత్తం ఎన్ని లాసెస్ ఉన్నాయి ఇక్కడ టోటల్ లాసెస్ స్టే లాసెస్ హౌ యు డివైడ్ స్టే లాసెస్
స్టే లాస్ సార్ ఈ మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ లాసెస్ అండ్ స్టే లాస్ టూ లాస్ డివైడ్ చేస్తాం.
So total stray losses divided to four components.
So 1 minute sir, last one.
Bearing friction losses.
Yes sir.
Sorry, brush friction losses, bearing and windage losses, hysteresis losses and
brush friction losses sir, bearing friction losses, windage losses. Hello sir. హలో
ఇలా ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాయి చూడు ఫోన్లో కనిపిస్తాయి చూడు ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి మొత్తం ఇక్కడ
రాస్తున్నాను సార్.
సో టోటల్ 4 types of losses 1 2 3 4 అలాగే మనం క్లాసిఫికేషన్ చేసినప్పుడు 2 types ని క్లాసిఫై చేస్తాం కదా వేరియబుల్ లాసెస్ కాన్స్టెంట్ లాసెస్ సో స్ట్రే లాసెస్ ఆర్ కాన్స్టెంట్ లాసెస్ జనరల్లీ సో 1 2 3 4 అన్ని కలిపి ఉంటాం స్ట్రే లాసెస్ అంటాం వీటిని సపరేట్ చేస్తాం అందిస్తే ఈ టెస్ట్ లో 268 268. So we will meet on our next class. Thank you.